I'm not the face you guys want to see. I've let you down. That's the face I want to see.
What's up, everybody? It's good to see you.
How's it going, guys? This is a video that has been long in the making for no reason other than it has quite literally been long in the making. It's been teased. It's been unofficially announced. It's been quite literally recorded, as we'll get to in a second. But Movie Battleground is set for a return. First off, I've addressed this before in different places on the channel, but just very briefly, I'll get into what happened a couple of years ago. Jesus, that's a long time when you say it out loud, but it's at least less than 2 years. What happened? Long story short, I was halfway between feeling the burnout of doing it consistently at a quick pace for about 4 years, and I was also in the middle of changing jobs. So the job that I was working at the time that allowed me to do a lot of the work while working, I wasn't doing that job anymore. We were in the middle of recording a tournament. Circumstances that at this point are not even worth bringing up because it was so long ago. I had a couple of matches fall through and a lot of replacements and things just not going smoothly. And I think it was a breaking point, but at the time I refused to admit it was a breaking point. And so, like the captain of the Titanic, I was stubborn and I took the bitch down with me. The bitch in that context being the ship, not any of the many women on it who died. And in this case, Movie Battleground, and not any of our competitors who also have not died. Jake, no one's died, right?
I mean, kinda. I don't know.
We're going to move on from that. So, this is just a quick video that we're putting out there to sort of establish where things are at and how quickly they are coming. Like I said, when Movie Battleground stopped, we were in the middle of a tournament. And yeah, that tournament never concluded. So once it was decided earlier this year, once I finally emotionally, because it was just completely emotional, I have an attachment to this. I've been doing it now for closer to 10 years of my life, on and off. I have an attachment to the branding, to the show, to the people. Once I was at a point where I could let go, the great Jake Tato here on my right offered to step in and take over. I will still be around. I will still be assisting him in any way that I can. Although I have to give him all the credit for the immediate future of the show because he has been single-handedly getting things going behind the scenes while I've been somewhat busy and somewhat procrastinating a restart. But that is what we were finally here to do, is give you a restart. First things first, the dirty work, which is that tournament that I never finished. We are going to conclude it. Now, the vast majority of the tournament was recorded. I think it was all but 2 matches, right? A semifinal and a final.
Semis and the finals, yes.
Yep. So it was all but 2 matches were recorded. Before it all fell apart, we were just in the process of uploading it. I think 5 matches were made public. The rest have never been seen. So that's where we're going to start. And we're actually going to start this upcoming Monday. Monday, July 21st, we are going to, for those of you, the 5 matches that were already public, first we're going to re-emphasize them and re-establish them so you guys can remember what the tournament was. And we are going to do that on a schedule of every Monday and Thursday for the foreseeable future. So in a couple of weeks, once we're out of matches that have already aired and are just being republished, then we're going to move on to uploading matches that are a couple of years old, but that have never been seen. And that'll be the first week of August. And then by the end of August, we will be reaching a point where the tournament will be concluding, and you guys will be seeing the new matches that Jake has recorded. At this point, we do, I guess we'll say for the purposes of behind the scenes, we do have a tournament winner. So please, as you guys watch the matches, don't go bugging the people who are progressing through the tournament. and spoiling it for yourselves, because we do have a winner at this point in time. It is all finished. But we will be uploading everything so that by the time we reach the beginning of September, the new Movie Battleground can begin. Now, there have been behind the scenes, and for those of you who were with me, talking with me over the course of this long break, you guys know that I was already debating some rule changes in the first place. Jake has adjusted those rule changes and implemented those rule changes to what suits him and what I do think will suit the league going forward. I also think it's something that suits all of us. One of my, again, kind of burnout grander problems that existed was the version of this league that I was running at the time was developed during the pandemic. Things have changed. People's lives have changed. The availability of people has changed. The interest of certain people has changed, right? Because, I mean, again, it's, you even have to address, this community that we're a part of was founded off the back of a connection to something like the Schmodown. When the Schmodown ended, I think a lot of people, not that they stopped caring or something, but just there was an immediacy of attention to things like this that I think did go away because it wasn't in the forefront of people's minds. Jake has done a great job, and I do mean this genuinely, a great job of implementing ideas that I had initially, adjusting them to work for him, and making a product that I think so far, you working with the people who have recorded matches, has gone smoothly, shall we say.
Absolutely.
So, again, because all the matches you're going to be watching for the next few weeks are old footage and old rules anyways, we're not going to really worry about making all the changes public right now. Jake can handle that in his own due time as we get closer to new footage going up. But that is the timeline that we're working with. We're going to begin uploading the tournament this coming Monday, the 21st, and then it'll be Monday and Thursday every single week going forth. And we plan to keep that schedule going for as long as we possibly can, because Jake is actively recording matches. He's already recorded matches outside of the tournament. So there will be footage ready to go once the tournament ends. There's not going to be a break. You're not going to need to wait. There will be a continuance. To answer some questions that people have asked me over the years, just real offhand, in terms of people's records, all that information still exists. I have all the same documents I used years ago. Jake has access to those documents as well. We have not made a decision, I should say, because Jake is the point on this. It'll be his call in the end. A decision has not been made on if we are going to reset the records at this point or keep them. But whether you message him or you message me, we are open to suggestions. So feel free to drop a comment, whether you watch this, whatever platform you watch this video on, please drop a comment, let us know, message us personally. We would love to know from the competitors. Do you want to keep your same record? Are you fine with a reset? Whatever wins out, I guess, in a grander sense, be it in our minds or in the community, is what we're open to. But don't feel like all that effort is for nothing. We know what everything was. It's just a decision of, it's been 18 months, give or take, since we were doing it. So do we keep it or do we start over? The one thing that won't change, similar as to how nearly 5 years ago now, when I restarted the league in 2020, we wiped everyone's records, but the champion at the time, Joe Fairley, maintained his title status because it didn't feel right to take that from him. Even if records are wiped, Rue will maintain, or Amadou Moses, maybe for those who are uninformed, will maintain his status as champion. So it'll be the tournament winners play, basically. Whoever wins the tournament in the end, it'll be theirs to play for against Rue. Sorry, I know what that matchup is, and just you guys. But with all that said, that's the first bit of detail here. The second major detail that I know people have asked is similar to how Jake is recording matches outside of the tournament. When Movie Battleground came to a halt, we were also recording matches for post-tournament uploads, some of which never went up. as of now, they are not on the schedule in any way, shape, or form. But I do plan on going back and making sure they get edited and making sure they get taken care of. And I do plan on making it public eventually. It'll just be as an extra video and not as a part of Movie Battleground's schedule. I don't want to take time away from Jake to put out what he's working on, to put out more old matches. But people played matches, and frankly, people played well in some of these matches, whether they be exhibitions or legitimate. So everything we recorded will get to see the light of day. All I can ask is that you be a little more patient with when that actually comes, because we do want to give every video we put out the time for people to watch. I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Before I go over one or two other housekeeping notes for the channel in general, Jake, is there anything that you would like to say to the people for Movie Battleground?
Yeah, just absolutely been delighted. The new workarounds, I think, are going really smoothly. Thank you to all the players who have played already. Thank you to all the players who have yet to play. I'm definitely excited to get you guys going. And thank you, Aaron, for making the transition smooth, seamless. I definitely could not be doing it without your help, so thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's as much as I am the reason it disappeared, I'd be lying if I said I'm not happy that it's back in some way, shape, or form, even if I'm not directly running it anymore. It was just as difficult the first time when I stepped away from it. The only difference is back then there was just more people. It was easier to sort of hand it over smoothly. I had been running it. I mean, I had people helping. Please don't. And I want to give those people credit, right? Papa West was a great help. Kevin Poss was a great help. Henry Sanchez was a great help. Towards the end, yourself was a great help. We had people writing questions. Chad Webb, John Marr, Will Cohen started writing questions. We had people hosting matches like Noah McCausland. If I've forgotten any names, I do apologize. But we had a number of people who were helping us towards the end there. But I did a lot of it without a team, and that was a choice. And it was a very short-sighted choice, because when I did eventually hit a point of burnout, it meant that there wasn't an obvious successor. But I'm glad with who I ended up with. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming. In terms of the other stuff for the channel, because I know I don't seem like it, but I actually really do enjoy doing this. Even if no one watches the content that I make, I like having an excuse to meet with friends and talking with people and talking about movies. So there is other content we will be posting to the channel. I don't know what the interest is in anything like this anymore, but on and off over the years, we've had some sort of movie podcast, like conversation podcast. The latest one was Battleground Casual. I would love to bring that back, because again, I just love having an excuse to meet with people that I consider friends and talking movies. So we'll figure out the logistics of that. The other thing that we have is a show for which I could never figure out a proper full formatting for it. I finally settled on a title that I liked that wasn't ripping off somebody else. TMG's The Rundown. And I've been recording episodes of this podcast the entire time that I've been away, because it was both a great motivation for me to watch films I've never seen before. Here's something I can say on air just to get a smile reaction. I am prepping an episode for an actor who appeared in a lot of films from one singular director. So I have now seen a good amount of Kevin Smith movies. We can talk more once we've stopped recording. I've definitely seen a good amount of these. But with that said, it's been a great motivator to get me to watch movies that I've never seen before, because I don't know, it's nice to have a direction. But also, again, I've loved the conversations I've had with people. Now I'm going to make those conversations public. Those videos will also start uploading in the next few days. Again, similar with Movie Battleground, for the next few weeks, all the footage will be old, like old. Like the oldest episode I have, I'm pretty sure, is from 2023. And I thought I made it public, but then I was surfing the YouTube channel looking for an old video, and I realized I never did make it public. And I know it's from 2023 because it's a Star Wars video, and we talk about Ahsoka like it's a new thing.
Oh, yeah.
So some of these are dated, but I still don't think that disrupts the conversation. So again, Movie Battleground in the very near future, in the next few days, will begin coming back to you. My other show that I love doing, The Rundown, will also begin uploading episodes. And, I hope that we can bring back some sense of community. This is already long enough for the type of video that it is, so there's not much more that I can say. But what I will say is I know that there is a community still there, because for the last 18 months, anytime I've spoken to somebody, whether I speak to them regularly or not, one of the first questions out of their mouth is it coming back? When is it coming back? Or if they know more than the average person, what the fuck, dude, is usually the first question, which is fair. So to answer what the fuck, dude, be on the lookout. Anything else, Jake?
No, thank you. Thank you very much. Good night and good luck.
Well,
I don't know what that means even.
No better way to end this than awkwardly. See ya.